Hey guys, it's Nimius. I just wanted to do a quick analysis and give you the ideal skill builds for Olwen. Now, I want to make this a series, and I want to prove to you guys that I believe in these builds. So at the end of this video, I'm going to use skill inheritance to give her all the skills I suggested. Alright, now if you haven't seen her SP, my Olwen's SP is over 2000. Yeah, she's my main damage dealer and one of my favorite characters in this game so far. Now, I didn't know very much about her when I first got her. She's actually from a very old Fire Emblem game called Thracia 776. I hope I said that right. Jeez. Anyway, some quick history on her is that she's the 18-year-old sister of Reinhardt, and she leads a reconnaissance squad. She's a mage knight in that game. Now, in this game, she's a blue tome cavalry unit, which makes her very good for arena and very valuable. She decimates red units and is one of the best kiters in the game. You pair her with a dancer or a singer, and she's capable of attacking, then retreating, then pulling the singer or dancer back through reposition. So, in other words, she can attack and stay out of combat, like effectively get free attacks until she runs out of space anyways. And of course, being a cavalry unit, she's already very flexible on mobility. She has, 3 movement, and then having range 2. Yeah, she has really great reach. Anyways, going back to her taking advantage of some of the best buffs, because she's a cavalry unit, she can use Hone and Fortify Cavalry, and that translates straight into attack if you have the right tone. Now, if she's fully buffed and with the right skills and equipment that I'm going to be talking about, she can have at least 70 attack and 40 speed. Yeah, she's going to be really good. But to summarize this overview, she has low stat points. It's only 144, and keep in mind, some characters like Hector has 168. That's a 24-point difference. She could hurt your arena score like this, though I really doubt it matters if you're gonna max out at 4500 anyways. But these low stats don't really mean that much. She's built properly to kill. She's a glass cannon. She has 39 attack, well, mine's plus attack. Okay, but she has really good attack, and she's uses Dire Thunder, which is a tome that allows her to attack twice when starting combat. She has respectable speed at 29. Mine's average speed at 29. That's pretty good. That keeps her from getting doubled by most of the cast. Not great, of course. She's rarely gonna double anyone else, but in the cases that she does double, such as slow units like Effie after she gets past Ward Fighter, she's gonna wipe them out. And for units that are, too quick for her to double, like to quad attack. Sorry, I meant quad attack for the last one. She could probably kill them in one strike if she's plus attack. So a Takumi she can take care of if she has a plus attack buff in one hit. That's pretty good. Anyways, she's the ideal damage dealer on most teams, and she's really helpful as support as well because due to reposition. Reposition allows her to move adjacent ally to the opposite side of her, so essentially you can pull your unit back behind her. That's really good. Okay, let's move on to the first skill build. So this one I'm going to be calling Solo Olwen. I call her Solo Olwen because this is built in mind with using just Olwen. No support buffs, just Olwen by herself. And this is as glass cannon as it gets. And this build is not going to take that much time or that much commitment. You just need Dire Thunder, Reposition, Iceberg, Life and Death 3. I have that up on the left side, but it can also be Death Blow. Desperation 3, though that's not essential. It could be anything like Tomebreaker, Sword Breaker, anything you want actually. And then Savage Blow for slot C. Again, can be anything. And I'll get into why it can be anything later. Anyways, as you already know, Dire Thunder decreased speed by 5. It's a doubling attack weapon. Allows her to attack twice, and she already has fairly high attack, so that's a big difference. The second, and she already has the second support skill is reposition, and she already has that. So, you know, no need to worry about it. So, for the first two parts, no biggie. You don't need SP for that. Extra SP anyways. Now, for the special, this is debatable. A lot of people love Moonbow, but I don't think she actually needs it. And Moonbow doesn't give her consistent damage. Say, attacking a green unit, Moonbow's not gonna really help her kill that green unit. But with Moonbow, without Moonbow and Iceberg instead, she can take care of green units. I've had my Olwen kill a slightly weakened Hector. It's just that good. Iceberg works by using 50% of her resistance and translating to damage, and her resistance being 30, that's 15 damage extra. You know, that's respectable. Whereas Moonbow just decreases, you know, their resistance by 30%. That's not as big of a deal. Anyways, now into the big factor: life and death 3 or death blow. This really depends on you. Death blow gives you +6 attack when you start the combat, and it will be +6 attack on each strike of Dire Thunder. So it's really big. But the issue is, it's only when she's attacking, and it's not like she'll survive many attacks anyways. But the other issue is that Death Blow doesn't give you speed, and speed is a really useful unit for a character borderline able to quad attack consistently. Now, if you give her Life and Death 3, she can have 34 speed, and if you use a Speed Seal 35 speed, that lets her double quite a few units in the game, actually the majority. It's only the other quicker ones that she can't deal with. But as I was talking about earlier, the quicker ones usually don't have as much HP, and she can just kill them straight up anyways. And the slower ones, well, now she's going to make sure she's going to kill them. Either way, Life and Death 3 or Death Blow, there's not too big of a difference. It's up to preference. Moving on, I have Desperation 3 there, but it could be anything that you want. Desperation 3, if she ever survives combat, she can now probably quad attack quite a few units as a result. But she can't take any exchanges because she'll just die if she took any damage in the first place. So, because that's the reasoning, I had Desperation 3. But again, it could be anything. It could be like Bowbreaker if you want to make sure she beats up archers. Yeah. For the C-set skill, I have Sagittal 3. Not particularly for any reason, but because she can jump in, attack, and pull back. That extra 7 damage on a few extra units could be the difference between taking a unit down in 1 turn or 2 turns, and that's pretty big. But it could be anything else as you want. It's not that significant. I would just warn about having her have some buff skills or something, because she has a lot of movement, and she's probably gonna, you know, make it far ahead of your units, too far for her to actually buff anyone. And same with the buffs. She might be able to, you know, seal res or seal speed or something, but if she's that close, she might get killed anyways. It's a bunch of hypotheticals, but Sagittal 3 I think provides pretty consistent results. Again, could be anything. Now this was just solo Olwen if you plan to use Olwen by yourself and not with the next build, which is focused on Blade Tomb Blarblade. Blarblade. Yeah. Now for this build, if you take a look at it, it's focused on Blarblade, which you get from Odin. Yeah, it's incredible if you use it properly, and if you use it properly, it's going to be having a unit with either Hone Cavalry or Fortified Cavalry. Ideally, you have Hone Cavalry because that adds +6 attack, +6 speed. That's a big difference. Now, how Blarblade treats something like that is it turns all the bonuses into damage dealt. In other words, that +6 speed, +6 attack turns into +12 damage. And this works with two kinds of buffs, right? Hone and Fortify. So if you have +6 res, +6 defense, that turns into another 12 damage. That's how she reaches something like 70 attack and 40 speed. Anyways, moving on. That's the heart of this build. it's essential, and the only character you can get it from is Odin, which is why I'm talking about a pretty big commitment, because unless you're lucky enough to get Odin, you're going to have to spend feathers to get Odin, and then once you do get Odin and you transfer Blarblade over, you're going to have to spend a lot of SP to use it. That's a pretty big commitment. Alright, moving on, you still want to keep reposition. Now, earlier I said Moonbow wasn't very useful, but because of what Blarblade is, it slows the special trigger. The Moonbow will now turn to 3 turns to activate. Not great, but with her attack so high, that's why I just suggest Moonbow. She should be, you know, killing any unit in the game in 1 turn anyways. In the event they do survive, they'll barely survive, which is why I think Moonbow is more than adequate enough. Oh, whoops, I actually tapped her. You'll want Fury 3, and Fury 3 is going to help you put yourself in desperation. If you have a normal HP Olwen like I do, which is 34 HP, yeah, 2 attacks will put her into desperation mode, and because with the help of Honed Cavalry and Fury, that's an extra 9 speed. Extra 9 speed means she's at 38. If you use the speed seal, she's at 39. Yeah, with that, she can pretty much quad attack most characters in the game, and you know, with desperation, oops, not quad attack, double attack most characters in the game, and with desperation, she'll basically make sure she kills anyone. It's really impressive. But of course, you know, that's more SP usage. In all, this is going to take, in all this build, it's going to take a lot of SP and a lot of commitment. Oh, and finally, for your C slot, you want Ward Cavalry. The reason being is if you run her with full cavalry buffs, which is Hone and Fortified Cavalry, you need 2 cavalry units next to her. So you might as well buff the characters, the cavalry that buffs her, and try and keep them safe for a longer period of time. Yeah, giving them defense and res by +4, that's a big deal. Okay, I guess that's it. This is just her ideal builds. If you want to use solo Olwen, use solo Olwen's build, or if you want to go with a main cavalry build, which is a big commitment because you now have to commit to 2 other cavalry units as well. Yeah, it's not for everyone. So solo Olwen or this ideal Blarblade Olwen. All right, enough talking. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. So, we'll start with Fury, alright? You get Fury from Hinata. Well, you should use Hinata. It's a 4-star Hinata that gives it to you. And where's my Hinata? So, Hinata doesn't really have many useful things for her. Maybe, like, Buckler, Pavice. None of them are particularly useful. So here's the first step, Fury. Now, one issue I have here is that I don't actually have Blarblade Plus yet. Okay, I know some people are gonna call me a fraud for that because I said I'll use the skills at the start. Yeah. If you look at the left, here's a slight modification, just not using Blarblade yet. I'll use it in the future when I get it. But as she is right now, with these adjustments, she's going to be incredibly good anyways. Well, that was Hinata. Now we're going to move on to Shanna. Shanna obviously has Desperation, and when you use skill inheritance, you typically want to use characters that have 5-star skill levels. Blah, jeez. So Desperation 3. You know, Shanna can have as a 4-star. That's great. You don't need to give up a 5-star. In other words, so you want to target these 4-stars with essentially 5-star level skills. She also has Chilling Wind and Iceberg, so if you need Iceberg, she's really good. And here's a tip: if you want more than 1 skill, just use a lower level Shanna first. For example, in this example, if I use a lower level Shanna, I can give her Chilling Wind and Desperation 1 and 2 to Olwen, and then when I use the 4-star Shanna, I can give her Iceberg and Desperation 3. yeah, you can make adjustments like that. Speaking of which, should I do that and give her threat and speed as well? Nah, doesn't really matter. Or should I? Do I have another Shanna? Yeah, I actually do. So I'll show you what I mean right now. I'll give her Desperation 1, Desperation 2, and Threat and Speed. So because I inherited these three skills, I don't have to inherit them anymore on Olwen. So, see? They're already whited out. I mean, they're already enabled. So I only take 2 out of 3 skills from this 4-star Shanna. And there you go. So equipping the skills, by the way, I didn't mention this, but my Olwen's plus attack and negative defense, I think that's ideal because you want her resistance to stay high for Iceberg, and you want her to be able to take on mages confidently. That 3 defense difference is not going to make a big difference. She's going to die from basically any melee unit attacking her anyways. Alright, now I'm going to learn the skills. $2,000 SP. Man, this took me forever to get. Fury is actually pretty good. It actually makes your unit a bit more consistent by giving them a bit more defense, a bit more resistance, and a bit more speed. It makes them slightly more bulky, but only for like the first attack. After that, she's actually softer than before. Okay, now Desperation. Desperation's of course great because the ability to quad attack without being interrupted is a huge difference maker. And because her HP is so low, she only needs to make 2 attacks, which is 12 damage to reach that 75% threshold. Wow. Jeez. And I'm gonna save my SP in case I get Blar Blade in the future. Though, I guess? No, I can use Spur Res. Okay. And ta-da, this is my current Olwen. Pretty good, huh? I'll demonstrate her in arena battles later on, but, you know, this video is getting kind of lengthy. Anyways, this was Nimius, and this was the first analysis, ideal skill build video I've ever done, I guess. And this one's for Olwen. So, you know, I hope you guys believe in the builds I gave you, because I sure have to believe in them now. Okay, you can trust me anyways. Right, if you liked the video, give me a like. If you want more, subscribe. And if you want to talk, comment. I'd be happy to talk with you guys. And geez, I'm almost at 150 subscribers, so if you guys want to help me get there, I'd be really appreciated. Anyways, this has been Nimius, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.